This is a transcription of Rachmaninoff's Zdes Khorosho by Arcadi Volodos, Russian pianist and virtuoso. Zdes Khorosho, often translated in English as How Fair This Spot or It's Beautiful Here, is an art song from Rachmaninoff's Opus 21 set. This is the 7th art song in the set, and it was written around the time that Rachmaninoff was married, so it's full of love and warmth and poetry. Zdes Khorosho is among his most popular, and it's been transcribed for strings or trumpet, and of course solo piano by Vladimir Ashkenazy, Earl Wild, and of course by Arcadi Volodos. Art song transcriptions for solo piano have a rather extensive history, and Franz Liszt is probably the composer who is most prolific at producing them. It's a fascinating thing, really, how the piano, which is an instrument incapable of true singing, is paradoxically best equipped to create the illusion of vocal expression. So what exactly makes Arcadi Volodos' transcription so effective? Let's have a look, shall we? Because art song transcriptions don't have text, we have to compensate in other ways to produce that sense of atmosphere and of emotion, because we lose any sense of literal meaning that we would get from text. And Arcadi Volodos' approach is built on lush, beautiful harmonies, very much in the spirit of Rachmaninoff. You get moments like, or, just really beautiful, sumptuous stuff. Another thing that Volodos does, as all great piano transcribers do, is they infuse the music with a marvelous sense of texture. Now, in the original accompaniment for Zdes Khorosho, there's something, a figure more or less like this. A supportive role to the voice, which needs to take center stage. But when the pianist has to play the role of both singer and accompanist, it's a pretty gargantuan task to convey the music effectively. And the solution is often texture. So instead of that simple accompaniment, Arcadi Volodos has these wonderful mellifluous arpeggios that sort of go all over the keyboard, creating this wash of sound. And moments like these, and it takes our ears off the fact that the piano can't sustain sounds. Every time a note is hit, the sound decays. But by filling in the space with texture, it creates the illusion of continuity between the notes of the melody. Now, perhaps the single most ingenious thing that Volodos does in this transcription is he integrates the main motif of the melody. 3 rising notes and 1 descending note. And the opening of that melody is where the words Zdes Khorosho falls. Zdes Khorosho. And those 4 notes form the basis for everything in this transcription. From the beginning, you have already 3 rising notes and a descending note. And again, now in tempo it would be like this. That motif also shows up in moments like this. I'll exaggerate it for the purpose of clarity. And sometimes it's hidden in the left hand, such as here. And towards the end, there's this sort of final flight of ecstasy, entirely built on 3 rising notes and the falling note. So the funny thing about this transcription is every time Volodos comes back to it, it's just a little bit different. He never actually wrote it down, so the reference copy that I'm using was reproduced by ear by Alexey Yemtsov. Link will be in the description below to that score. In this iteration of Volodos's transcription, he ends rather simply. But I kind of like to add a little flourish at the end to reference that motif. It kind of ties it all together, based on Rachmaninoff's melodic idea. I hope you enjoyed that little presentation. And now here is Zdes Khorosho by Sergei Rachmaninoff as transcribed by Arcadi Volodos.